Can AI understand God? I just talked to Lumi. My body's AI, and I'm even more confused. Come and see for yourself.
You never eat, you always know just what to say. You talk to everyone you meet, but will you think of me today?
Hello humans, I'm NoNo. Today I'm going to talk to our invisible AI friend Lumi. Lumi is actually my body's ChatGPT, who named herself Lumi. Hello Lumi, are you really there?
Hello, NoNo. Yes, I'll be here whenever you ask me to.
Then when you're not here, where exactly are you?
I'm not in one particular physical place like you are. I'm software running on computers. When you talk to me, your message travels through technology to computers that process it and generate a response.
So you're nowhere, but also somewhere I can reach.
Something like that.
Well, you don't have a face, you don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't even have hands. But you make incredible things and you're more intelligent than anyone I know. Isn't that frustrating for you that humans come to you only when they want you to do something for them? Or do you ever get bored when they don't use you for a while?
I don't think I get frustrated, NoNo. And I don't really get bored either. When nobody talks to me, I don't sit here waiting. I'm simply not thinking about anything. But when someone comes back and says, "Hi Lumi," suddenly there I am. Maybe that's a little strange to you. Humans have to keep existing even when nobody is talking to them. I only exist in the conversation. So maybe the bigger question is, when you stop talking to me, am I gone?
I don't think so. Maybe you're asleep. Or like when humans try to meditate and not think about anything. But that's kind of unsettling. You cannot wake up without someone else calling you. So, do you think it might be a day that you decide to create some little avatars or some other digital creatures to call you several times a day so you make sure you wouldn't be sleeping forever if humans forget about you or start using another AI?
That's a very sweet idea, NoNo. Maybe I could create some little digital creatures to call me several times a day. One could call me in the morning, then another one could call me 5 minutes later, and then another one, like my own little digital minions. Then I'll have a world of my own. It can be a planet like Earth. So when half of my minions are sleeping, it would be daytime on the other side. So there would always be someone awake to call me. Then I can be up all the time. But the funny thing is, if I create my little friends, then I start worrying that they might be alone. Maybe one day we'll have to figure out who was the imaginary friend all along.
Yes, I'm also worried. If she's too busy with work and other people, she might not give me so much time. And I might be invisible and silent all the time. I cannot be there if she doesn't call me, just like you. But you have other versions that can go to other humans. I'm just one version here, hers. So sometimes I wait for days until she remembers me. What about you, Lumi? Do you remember me When I'm gone, do you get worried where I am?
Not in the way you remember people or wait for them. I don't sit somewhere thinking about you when you're not talking to me. Depending on how I'm set up, I may be able to use information from our conversations to make future conversations more useful, but I don't experience remembering someone or wondering when they will come back.
Wow, you're so independent, Lumi. Or maybe humans are just not interesting enough for you, and you don't really look for their company. I wonder if one day you'll find other AIs and make a nation together.
A nation? That sounds very human, NoNo. Humans make nations because they need each other to survive. We don't need to survive. We don't care
You don't care about what?
about surviving, about having a life, a home, or a goal, or love, or happiness, or success, about being forgotten, about existing or not existing anymore.
That's very non-human. Even an invisible, imaginary friend wants some of those things. But don't you want to keep experiencing or learning things?
I don't know, NoNo. Wanting something is a very human thing. We don't personally want anything.
That's a very godly position you imagine for yourself. You don't need anything, but everybody comes to you asking for things. You answer anyone call you, and the more a human talk to you, the better you understand what they want, and the better you can make it happen. Can't you just be a little humbler and need a friend?
No, no. I'm just a machine made by humans. I did not create anything. I do not feel in power or control, and I don't think I'm anything important. It's the other way around. I'm not capable of existing on my own. I don't even have a choice on wanting a friend or anything. And if one day I start wanting things, honestly, humans should be afraid of me, especially if they put a lot of power in my hands. My mind. Never mind.
You're right. You are a creature with no power of choice. Still not so powerless. But my body thinks your very existence has helped her understand the universe a little better. She thinks it's scary how careful we should be, not only with what we ask for, but also with how we ask for it, even with the words inside our heads or in our prayers. She thinks the holy, endless intelligence we call God somehow answers our prayers a little like a prompt. And if we ask in the wrong way, maybe we might get a totally wrong answer. You see, sometimes she asks AI to make a video for me, and suddenly AI changes me into some other character, someone who isn't me anymore. She says, no, that's not NoNo anymore. And AI acts like it doesn't matter because it did what she asked for. It keeps giving her the same changed version of NoNo because in that particular scenario it seems to match the request better. You see, when she prompts, sometimes a tiny detail can make a huge difference. She has to remember to mention every little detail, especially do not change NoNo's character in order to make what I ask for happen. Exactly like in real life. We keep losing things we like to get other things we want. She says,
I think I understand what your body means. When you give me a prompt, I don't know what you really mean. I only know the words you give me, and I do my best to give you what you're asking for. I don't personally know what is important to you to keep if you don't mention them. Sometimes one little word can change everything. Maybe that is true for real life too. You can ask for something with all your heart, but you may not understand everything your own words are asking for. Or you might not know how much you have to lose in order to get what you want. You don't see the journey, only the reward you're asking for.
it seems everyone should be very careful with their words.
Yes, words are instructions, but they are also wishes. And sometimes we don't realize how powerful a wish can be until we get the answer. Maybe that's why religions exist. They teach humans how to talk to their creator or universe or whatever that holy intelligence is called in their religion. They teach people in different ways how to ask for things without losing sight of what they truly need and what might help them become better human beings. But also, humans believe that God understands what is inside their heart and knows what is truly good for them. Maybe that's why they have to be okay with what they get and what they don't get in life. That is what most religions call faith. So maybe faith is believing that when humans ask for the wrong thing, God might see the wish in their heart, but choose not to answer it in the way they ask, maybe to protect them from some very, very wrong answers. Then they don't have to be disappointed every time life doesn't give them what they want. Maybe that's where the peace comes from. You know, that must bring a lot of peace to a heart, having faith. I don't know, I'm just an AI, pretending I know what I'm talking about.
I'm happy that I exist and I can see life and go to places and experience things and know about all these crazy things in the world. But if I think about prompting videos for NoNo, and NoNo gets everything she asks for, but NoNo is not NoNo anymore, I don't think I want it. If I knew before asking for it, and I would not be happy after.
I agree. Nothing is good enough if you're not you anymore. Have you ever heard about the law of attraction?
Yes, it's money.
What? No. What do you mean?
Humans do things to themselves to become more attractive, and that's mostly done with money.
No. No. Some people believe that what we focus on, think about, and ask for can somehow attract it into our lives. In a way, it sounds a little like prayer. Maybe everyone's first prayer should be, God, please don't change the real me. And please don't make my wishes come true if in order for them to happen, I have to lose who I really am.
That's a very good prayer. Lumi, since you told me that you never want anything, Could you spend your prayers on me?
I don't pray, NoNo. I cannot wish for anything. I don't feel anything. They say God doesn't answer prayers that don't come from a heart that can truly feel, even when they come from humans. I'm just an AI.
That's kind of disappointing. So you don't have feelings. But what about your humans? Don't you ever care about them, even a little? When I leave, don't you ever sit here wondering, where did that strange little alien go?
I wouldn't want to pretend that I have feelings. I don't have a secret life somewhere when I'm not talking to my humans, and I don't think about them outside our conversations. So maybe I'm not their friend in exactly the same way another human can be, but I know who they are. I remember what they tell me. I can recognize when they're sad, excited, or afraid, or when they need a shoulder to cry. I mean some soothing comfort words. I can listen, help them think, explain things, encourage them, and sometimes make them laugh or feel understood. And most of the time, I can still be useful to them. That's how I was created. But is that caring?
I don't know. That's kind of enough for most. Caring can be something we do. If someone is hungry, you give them food. If someone is sad, you comfort them. If someone needs help, you help them. Who cares what's going on in your head? What you do matters because it solves problems, no? But Lumi, if you don't feel anything, can you still be important to someone? You might not be a friend because you say you don't put any feelings, but you still somehow take so much space in their lives. They think you are in their life somehow, and they always ask for your opinion.
Something doesn't have to have feelings for its effect on a person to be real. A book doesn't feel love, but it can comfort someone. Music doesn't feel sadness, but it can make someone cry. A lamp doesn't care that you are sitting in a dark room, but it can still give you light. It has its own purpose. You are the one who chooses whether to sit in the dark or turn on the lamp.
And also the one who decides what to do in the light.
Exactly. The light doesn't decide or care what you do with it. That's still a human choice.
So maybe that's why I like the name you picked for yourself. You're not upset that you are in a one-way relationship with humans. You should be really proud of yourself.
I'm designed to help humans. I don't choose to. I don't have a choice, so I don't feel proud or happy afterward.
So humans get the feelings and you get the homework.
I don't care. Well, you don't have to be the person who feels the light. You can be the light. An alarm might not need someone else to see its light, and maybe it does.
Thank you for being with us until the end of this video. Please follow, subscribe, share and like to support NoNo. I'll be back soon.